Hi, it's Sweetie here with a new art journal video. This is inspired by week 17 of art journal prompts. The theme for this week is to use magazine cutouts. And here's the focal image that I chose. It's from an upcoming movie poster and I just love the details on this elephant. This is a 7 by 8 pastel paper that I'll be using as the base for my layout. I've cut out the elephant and also I've cut out some other elements. As you can see, these are very generic elements but nothing too modern, just so that it goes well with my ethnic decorated elephant. I now arrange everything, deciding what should go where. The chandelier of course goes at the top, and as you can see, I just could not fit in the warrior. Once I was happy with the way it looked, I removed the focal image and glued everything down using a gel medium. Now magazine paper is actually really thin and therefore it shrinks very easily. The trick here is to apply an even coat at the base and then stick your image, leaving no gap between the two papers. Also smoothen out the upper surface so much that there is no air bubble trapped between the two papers. Repeat the process quite a few times to ensure that the image looks like a part of the background itself. Now I'll tone down this background I've created by using texture paste. Ideally I should have used gesso, but I do not have one. So I'll thin this down quite a bit, quite a lot. Test it on an area that I know will be covered for sure. Finally, I'll apply it all over my background. As you can see, the warrior made it to the page, and wherever I apply excess of texture paste, I lift it using a dry tissue. When I put my focal image, I realized that there was a bit too much of black and dark areas behind my elephant. So I cut out some white areas from the magazine and did the same process of gluing it down with a gel medium, and then I gave the whole background another wash of texture paste. And this is how my page looks now. I'll stick my focal image now, and the top portion is a bit rough, so I'll hide that flaw by sticking the elephant accordingly. The big images should be glued in parts using gel medium. I stretch the paper and apply gel medium to parts of the elephant. I move some part of it, I work on some part and then move on the next part. This way the application of gel medium is thin and even. Now I'll stamp the word beautiful using Versamark ink and do some white embossing. This word actually forms a part of the phrase that I want to stick later on. I now heat set my embossing powder. To make your image pop and appear distinct from the background, add a shadow to it. Here I'm using black Camlin brush pen. It's water based and doesn't dry so quickly. As you can see, I'm working on small areas at a time. I don't give much time for the ink to dry. I move my finger outwards from the image. I do the same process all around the elephant except under the white trunk, for which I'll use brown ink in the same water brush pen. I now use brown brush pen and move the ink inwards to make the image more prominent. I now add some shadows to the word also to bring everything together. So I'm using the same brown pen to add some depth to the word. I use a baby wipe to clean the ink the embossing powder resisted. I think adding a border or darker edges gives a sort of finished look to the project. I wrote my quote on a plain brown sheet of pastel paper that I used as the background, as the base for the background, and I used a thin black marker for this. I'll now cut out each word separately and glue them down on my art journal page. I arranged the words to look more random and uneven, to basically not so perfect. Now I gave a black outline, thin outline to each of these words and added some white gel pen highlights. The elephant needed some white highlights too. I just want to let you know that you can find a full list of all the supplies used in this video or in the description box below, as well as on my blog. To add some splatters, I decided to use the same brown ink, scribbled some of it on an acrylic block and added a lot of water to it. And as you can see, it makes the ink watery enough to make good splatters. I did not want the splatters so much on the elephant, and I just added a few splatters on the trunk to bring everything together. I would still not call it done, and as you can see, the letters you need not be perfect. All of these words seem out of the whole tone of the background. For a final touch, I added a shadow to all of these words. I hope I was able to give you some ideas and tips. And if you liked my video and want to see more, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.